Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Well, welcome. My guest today is joining us from Canada, and we are here to talk about ancient technology that came to him from who he calls the Ancient Ones. And these are beings of light who have shown him how to heal and create copper healing tools using sacred geometry. We're here with Larry Campbell, who is an ancient technology healer. Larry, welcome back to Quantum Conversations.
Oh, thank you very much. Looking forward to doing this healing and sharing some of my experiences. It's good. Thank you.
Yes, and so we ask our community who is viewing this or listening to this to give us some feedback on the audio. We'll try to adjust it as best we can. The energies, as I'm sure everyone can tell, are kind of off the charts. And this is good because on one hand, we are able to really move through them and get a lot of downloads and express in very creative ways. And if there's still some layers of old programming, which my goodness, there's so many of those layers, that this is a time for moving through those as well. So Larry, as we get started, oh my gosh, welcome to 2019. And
Well, thank you.
Tell us about how you're experiencing these energies.
Oh, God. I had quite a few challenges personally and switching jobs since the last time there that we spoke, which is way better. Gives me more time to focus on my healing aspects and making tools and helping other people too, trying to find their path through my own experiences and help them make tools or whatever comes up at that point in time.
Yes. Okay. Well, we were chatting before the show, and you have joined us via telephone because these energies are making our technology incompatible at the moment. And that is a high frequency that you bring. This is really, we could call it scalar energy. And I want to point our viewers and our listeners to the webpage that this program is on. There is a link to that webpage, whether you're joining us on YouTube or if you're actually on our webpage at AcousticHealth.com. There are images at the bottom of that page, and those are some of the tools that you've developed. And actually, we have practitioners all over the world that are using these tools as well. Can you tell us once again how these tools came to you? It's a really fascinating story.
Yeah, how it all got started is I started listening to Jason Krog and the Beyond Show. Really interested in it. My mother passed away at a very young age, so listening to him talk, I thought we were really interested if I could connect with her. So I was listening to Jason Krog, doing meditations, John Edward, and I was doing all this stuff and connecting with some spiritual people down here in Nova Scotia who kind of helped me along my way. And I had a channeling from a lady, and she introduced me to the ancient flowers of life, from Bello Melchizedek. So I was introduced to that and sacred geometry. And towards his second volume, if you choose to go on your own and make your own stuff, feel free. So I just started making stuff and didn't know what it was, and having sessions playing around with some of my friends, and just had a way knowing that I didn't know, but I was just doing it automatically, and they were having profound experiences, but I couldn't feel a thing. So I just kept going with it and kept making more tools and everything, and kind of got to where it's at now. I'm very sensitive to the energies. I think probably one of the reasons why I got pretty sensitive to it was for 2 years. I asked for to raise my vibrations to match the ancient Egyptians. So I did that for 2 years doing that. Then one day they said, well, you don't need to do this no more. And it was probably about 3-4 months later after that, I was reading one of Joshua Davis Stone's book. And he said, when you ask to raise the vibration frequency to the ancient Egyptians, that was what I was doing. I was connecting more with them. But I didn't know that. I was just doing it. I was kind of guided to do it, and I just kept doing it. So that's kind of why I'm really sensitive to the energies now, and the ley lines and the vortexes. Like, I walk up to them. But yeah, when I first started doing this, I couldn't feel a thing. It was it's good.
So how are you doing now then, feeling things? Do you feel things now, or you just know intuitively?
For a while there, it was kind of a little hard because you get so open to it. It's kind of a little hard to block the energy because you're in this state of high vibration all the time. Mm-hmm. Try to bring yourself down. So quite a few times I get pretty emotional, kind of getting a little bit off the wall. And so I asked one of my friends here, like, this is really getting difficult. I'm all over the map, having quite a few troubles at work and everything. So she said, well, how are you asking for the energy to come in? I had no idea. I just, okay, guys, like, I'm ready for the energy. And she said, well, that's that problem. He said, well, you have to explain this. Well, she said, you're such an open channel. You ask for the energy to come in. The universe has no limitations. This is how you're getting it. So instantly I said, okay, guys, I need to back it off in a balanced way and snap my fingers to happen. So I learned to manage it like that, bring energies in and be very balanced. And the grounding is extremely important. Doing this.
Grounding is extremely important. Yes. I guess these energies could just take us off into just a blissful la-la land if we're not grounding, right? So yes. Talk a little bit about the importance of grounding and what techniques you use to ground.
For me, I find there when I was really starting to open up for me, I was kind of like, it was very hard to focus. It was very hard to concentrate, kind of like all over the map. And one of the first things I learned was the root thing, which it's a good one, but it wasn't great for me because I work around construction. And as far as putting roots down to the ground, I found that one really difficult. But for me, I listened to a lady once, and it was really good. She grounds all of her chakras to Mother Earth. She starts from the root, goes down, hooks up, breathes back up. I think it's soul flex, I can't remember, and back down. Anyway, with each breath, you do all 7 of them. And when I did that unbalancing, being all over the map, that all stopped. Just look at it. So that one was really good.
It brings a lot of clarity, grounding. Yes.
Yes.
And your teacher, one of your mentors was James von Prague, right? And he talks a lot too about grounding as the first step in communicating, whether it's being a medium and taking the messages from others or actually channeling. So it's really important to be grounded.
Yes, it is. Oh yeah, I can't say enough about the grounding. I have quite a few people coming to me, and they're kind of just starting. Some of them read a little bit, and they kind of express the importance of doing the grounding. And there's different techniques, which every one of them are awesome. And I find one of the ones that are good for the building people in their offices, and they are working with, and they're whatever. If they just put their palms and their feet on the ground and just start rocking their legs back and forth, and what happens there, if you kind of put the conscious intent that the floor or the ground will actually crack open underneath your feet and the roots will automatically get down. First time I did this, okay, I was doing it back and forth, just trying something different, right? And I was thinking back and forth, okay, well, this is kind of not really working for me. And sure enough, I just kept doing it. And on the feet, I felt everything crack and down the way. So it's a good thing when you're sitting in the office. Can't really get out into the parks and where you want to go to do it. Well, you kind of do it like that, and no one knows you're doing it. Your legs underneath the desk.
You stealth agent, you. Great. Stealth light worker. Good. I love that tip. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So do you happen to have some of your tools handy and nearby that we could look at?
Yes. So I was really, see that one right there, the energy removal. So that one there, this is actually the first one that I made. I was cutting up my wife's coat hangers, but that's kind of a story. She didn't appreciate that one. So I made it, and this is one of the tools that I use with my friends. I was just started moving around and around the body and everything, and it was 3 weeks later, watching one ancient Egyptian show, and this was carved on outside the door. That exact piece. It floored me. I had to move away from this here for a few weeks because it was like, whoa. So that's one of the ones that I use a lot for clearing up pre-birth agreements that no longer serve you, right? So you just move around the aura, feel like, oh, this is slow. I don't try to get back here for that. So go really slow, and then when you do that and keep going, then you feel what happens there. Sometimes when you're used to using it, you'll actually feel a blockage, and you won't be able to move it. You can try all you want, and you can't move it until it is transmuted. So whatever one of these pieces, there's a guide with it, and stays with this piece, so you can connect with the guide with this piece to help you clear your aura field. And the first time it stopped for me, and I couldn't move it, like freaked me right out. Like I literally couldn't move it. But once you break the connection, you can do it. But like I tried all my might, I couldn't budge it. And once you clear it, it's done.
So what was that like for you? Okay, so this is your story. When you used that on yourself, you witnessed it literally stopping in its tracks. So what was going on in your mind as you were using this on yourself? Were there images coming up, or were you aware of the program, or was it really benign?
When I first started, I was just doing it. I really couldn't pick up anything. But after a while, when I really got focused on what I was doing to what I was picking up, I was picking up different past lives. Some were abusive, some were warlike, some were just little bits of conversations. They don't got to be really violent like that. Little bits of pieces that someone hurt you, maybe in a past life or even in this life. So you just pick this up and just kind of move. So sometimes it just keep doing this with it in that one spot, and it'll transmit it into light. So I was picking up all kinds of experiences in people's Akashic records. So I get to go all around the body, of the crown and everything, and just went out how I guided how to do it. They see what it is.
Okay, beautiful. And so you have people that are using these tools, whether they're using them for their own healing in their own life, and also practitioners, people who actually purchase these tools and go to work with them on their clients. Let's talk about the practitioners who are using this. And I'd like to know, do you give guidance when someone purchases the tool? Are they given guidance, or they just know there's a guide and it's like a crystal? They sit and tune in and they use their intuition when they work with it. Is that what it's like?
Yes. Some people have just automatically connect with it and kind of go with the guidance. And around here, quite a few people know me, so they kind of know what I do. And so they kind of do with that. Then I'll have other people like maybe email me or they'll call me exactly how you do this. Like, how is it that I need to feel in to this client when I'm doing this energy, right? So you do the grounding and the connecting. And I know some people did email me about like the tool stop. And I didn't. This is the first time I'm talking about this, because I need them to have their own experiences without me changing the experience when they're doing the work. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so we'll go through the aura field and pick up the Akashic records, clear this stuff, and I am starting to do a couple of workshops, and we get to go and work in each other. So I'll let each one work in each other and kind of see what they're picking up and moving them around. And it's amazing how they start, and then they go, when the workshop's over, how much open you are and what you can pick up. It's like, okay, you had this going on, your Orpheus here, and you have this going on. And before they started, they couldn't do it. So it really opens you up.
Yes. Okay, beautiful. I love how it's scalar energy within the tool, and in the images that we have on the webpage, when you zoom in to some of those images or look at them closely, we can actually see the scalar energy coming off of them.
Oh, see it there now? Oh, see it there now? Anyway, yeah, there is. Yeah.
Let's see that again. Hold that up again. So that's an Ankh.
I don't know if you see it there or not. No, it's hard to see in the blue. But if you have a darker background, it shows up really well. What it is the scalar energies. It is towards balance. It's the natural rhythm of the universe towards balance. So what it does means it's in a circular form. What it does, it opens the air molecule up, a source light into it. That's the scalar energy, is source energy. That source light into the air molecule opens up. So what you're seeing is the air molecule. Basically, same thing happens when we're doing our healings, when we're projecting this energy at our client. To show me this two ways and how this happens. One is the blood cell opens up and lets source light into it. And another one is shows flashes all around the blood cell, like a crystal. So what happens there is that the creator energy, the source energy, doesn't bounce off it because it has flashes in it and it absorbs energy into the cells. So if someone has something wrong with their blood cell, whatever, and you kind of focus that energy where you're guided to do it, opens up and creator source energy is in it, and that's basically how it happens. That's why they have sometimes have instant healings. They have instant relief. They align their divine blueprint aligns to this, and the instant healing happens. So it's very, I love it.
I love it too. And we just had a show yesterday with the divine medical teams that are around us. And so I see this as another tool alongside it, a multi-dimensional tool. This is a multi-dimensional tool. And there's something about the copper that is, I want to say, a magnet for this energy. Can you talk a little bit about why copper?
The copper is really good for electrical, and we are electrical. So, and it's also very good for grounding. I think that's why another reason why I stay so grounded, because I'm always in the copper, and it's really works with electrical. And I don't know too much more about it. I started making use of copper first here because it's easier to bend. I didn't know much about it. Yeah, but it works really well with electrical, and it really keeps me grounded. I noticed, I was talking to a few other people there just not too long ago. They're really starting to get into the inner sacred geometry,
Yeah.
and making tools, and they're finding out now too that they can't believe how much more grounded that they are. I believe they have grounding sheets out now. I saw them advertised, where you plug your sheet or something to the ground or something, or blankets or something. So there's all kinds of stuff out. So it's pretty good.
Excellent. And so, even in your own life, you can look back and see how this really has helped you, given you clarity and confidence and all of it. So it's really quite beautiful. Thank you for sharing that story with us. We're going to take some questions. There are questions coming in over our chat line, and I'll let you tune into that in a moment. But I would like for you to tune into our group, all the beautiful beings from around the world that are joining us, and see if there's anything that you'd like to work on as a group collective.
It's interesting that you brought that up, because this morning I was sitting here thinking about the show, and I would think, and they went into around the globe, and they went into the matrix. So here about a year ago, I found out that I can get into the matrix, and I can kind of, if the blue planet is wrong, where the person is, where they live, because of their area where they live, or whatever, because of what's going on, violence, or where they live. So this is kind of what I was picking up this morning. So in this call right now, I'm tapping into the matrix where everyone lives. And what's going on? I'm just trying to get shivers here.
Yeah, I am too, because I want to share something with you. You tuned into it. And I was going to have you work on this. We talk so much about 5D here, really anchoring on New Earth. And so to kind of go into, I'm going to tell this story about what happened in my community today. It seems like it's going back into the old and into the 3D. And it could be that way. But my point in bringing it up is it's the 3D fear programs. And it would be wonderful for you to help all of us clear any fear programs, and mostly fear programs that are in the 3D matrix, the old Earth matrix, that are keeping us in a state of fear. And so in my collective here, I'm in Colorado, and today we had Columbine 20 years ago. We're coming up on the 20th anniversary. And it's amazing that this anniversary is looked at, but it still tells you the incredible amount of healing that needs to be done from it, the release of the fear. So there was a person, and it's quite sad because it's tragic, but there was a girl who purchased a pump rifle, and the FBI saw her as a threat, and like 24 school districts, 500,000 kids were out of school today in Colorado.
Wow.
Because of
this. Really? Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
And so this is a big fear program, and I saw it, and it's just all very interesting. It's definitely part of the old, and so release us from that today. It's very interesting that you picked up on that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So when I do tap in this, everybody can focus on the grounding. I'll be going into different areas with my awareness. And what happens is I was passed up to the master template of light. And he showed me how you can go in and change the templates. And when everything is straightened back out inside the template, everything all lights back up. So I can feel this presence coming in right now. So here we go. I'm going to do a little bit of light language on this. That'll speak right to your divine blueprint and allow this to transcend easier. Okay? So just hang on a sec. I'm just tapping in there what he's in. and the ones that are going to be coming. Some of the energies, dear ones actually speak from the other side of the veil. Some of the water stuff, which you are drinking for the physical body, some of this energy will be transmuted. This energy will be taken away. Stuff that was harvested from, I guess, Alberta, Canada, one place in China. I can't think of the name. But anyway, I'm going to keep going. There's quite a few places where this is going to transmit. And plus, some places where these people lived, there was war-like stuff, there was famine and everything. So we're going to go in and clear out all this energy so everyone gets comfortable and take a few deep breaths and relax. I'm going to start with the transmission. Osaneke sinamoko sinamoka sinamoka sinamakana. He sinamo shi sinamoki ushinamoku ishinamoko kashinamakana. Ashini achiniki inashineko nakasinamo makasatikina makasinamoko no more sinamaniki Ashi Chiniki and Nakashinamo in Nakasinamo in a Kana or no on a night and on a Kisina on a Kisini Nakasinamo Kushinami Nakasinamo a Cinemaka. That's the first time. Isinamo only cinemati cinematina. Atanet anakin cinemo cinemi ata inam ananaka cinemo in a kitchenamo attacking another kitchen or any kitchen or Akasina and Nakishini Akasini Oko Inaka. No mana no mana no mana no mana ne no mana ne no mana no mana or no no mana ne no mana no mana no mana no mana no mana or no mana no no mana no mana no mana no mana Oshimaki Aki ono kasi RTCP Inoko Makanashi RT Maka isede atatana bakine atagane kotana yanaraki ateneko shinui almaki akanamos de la makila mala. Oi. Transmission done. No sound.
Thank you for that. I feel giddy right now. Okay.
It was fun. I saw just in different parts where I pointed it, like it was moving very quickly, and I saw the tent plates of, I guess, entities and shadow beings and sitting in that tent plates around people live. A lot of that stuff was cleared out. Some of the water stuff was all cleared out. I saw it being purified. And just when it was all done, like the dialect changed. I saw the crossfield field, the planet the Earth, crossfield. I saw a big light shoot up to that, and everything is just cleared out of the Gaia. Like it was super powerful.
Super powerful. Good words to say that there. Okay. I really felt unraveling in my torso, in my body, right around the solar plexus. So interesting. Okay. Thank you for that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So Larry, I want to give you a moment to talk about your special offer and how people can work with you, because you do personal sessions with people, remote sessions, and then people can also work with your tools. So are there any, the tools that we have are what we've offered at acoustichealth.com of your tools. And do you want to talk about any of those first, and then we can take some questions?
Sure. One of the ones I have here, I'll just see if I can put this on there, just so people know. It's the bracelet.
Yes.
I tried making this different, and every time I tried to make it different to make it fit on the wrist but better, to make it comfortable, it always distorts it. That's the way, that's why it's got to be made. So I'm just show people just so they know, put that around my wrist like that. So face the ring up. So now what this one here does, it really good works with organs, muscle tissue, and works really good with arthritis, which I didn't know. A very close friend of mine had arthritis and kind of wasn't paying attention, and he put it on, and about half an hour later he came in, he was like white as a ghost and kind of freaked him out. I said, I really need to talk to you. I don't know why, what's wrong? He said, my arthritis is gone in my shoulder. I said, what? I thought they're totally awesome. I didn't know it did that right. So it works with, it has its own technology, right? So you have a guide with this, with all the tools. Kind of when you connect with it, it reads your aura field, reads your soul, knows what's going on. So it has its own technology and with how to do it. So this here is the bracelet plus 1 hour session. I believe it's for 111. And then I got another one for 1 hour sessions.
Four.
This one here.
4 sessions that are 1 hour each. Yeah. And so these tools that you're going to mail these out. So for someone who gets a 1 personal session or 4, the tools you mail out, and is that like a conduit for the energies that you're sending them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they can use them too. They can, some people leave them on all the time, and some people leave them on for a little bit. The one with the 4 hour sessions there, you get I got this on right now. It's a self-love activator. So you just hold on your chakra system. You hold it there with the intent to clear out any imbalances, and that's really all you got to do. And the tool will do it by itself. Right? So yeah, so we have that one there, and I got so much to remember here that I have to go through my notes. Then you get the Practitioner's kit, which is the actual terminal one. Yeah, this one here, and you got the light body one.
The light body. Tell us how the light body one works.
So usually this one here, each one has a different frequency, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'll go around with this one here around the body real slow, but this one goes further out. So you need, for some reason, further out, about 2 feet away from the body, some at 3 feet. And what I'm getting from this one here, your aura field kind of gets a rewiring. So it gets ramped up. So you kind of get a whole net of higher frequencies in it for this one here. And sometimes a whole above ground. Some of the pictures there that are shown there, that's what some of these tools do, right? So you get them 3 there with that one there. And then, one sec. Sorry about that. I'm trying to remember everything here. And then you can get the full Practitioner's kit, right? And that there consists of the self-love activator, which I'm wearing, cellular generation tool, cellular memory activator, energy removal activator, solar crystalline template. So you get that. If anybody said, few people did purchase all them, and they did use them.
Right. Okay, let me put that up on the screen here. All right. We do have that up, Larry. I don't know if you could see that on the screen, but these are all of the tools in the Practitioner kit. And again, as people use these are great, I want to just say tools that people use with their intuition, with their clients. Just like when we use crystal bowls, right? These because they have guides with them, these will be used appropriately. It's like we have to step out. We have to trust in our inner guidance and our inner knowing. Do you have a particular protocol that you use when working with each of these, or what do you advise people to do?
First thing I would say, like, is to make sure you're grounded. Mm-hmm. And what I would say is to I give myself permission to connect with the tool, and then ask the tool for guidance, and just feel through your feel, or if you feel guided to do a scan on the body. You can do a scan on the body with them and just feel the energy, to feel where it's moving. And sometimes there you'll feel like, if you're being asked to do a scan on the body, that you'll pick up blockages there too. And the tool won't move. Like, the tool will literally stop there too, right? Then you kind of ask, what is it that you need to know about the situation, right? Like the knee, the elbow, and it could take you back into a past life where this is kind of injured. So then you take it with you. And sometimes people don't understand that. But yeah, that's basically all you can do with
it. Again, these are intuitive copper healing tools, and so beautiful. Do you have a story? Well, again, this is available at acoustichealth.com, special offers, Larry, and you can find that right there. So I'm going to stop this share right here. And I just want to say, do you have some stories of healers who've shared with you some interesting experiences?
Oh yeah, they just put them on the table and they'll start moving stuff, and the same experiences that I was having and trying to figure it out for myself, and but go down and do a scan on the knee and couldn't move it, like the tool wouldn't move. So then when a client would get up, like, it'd be completely gone. Sometimes it wouldn't be fully gone. So then they kind of express, well, it didn't really take it away. I said, well, it did what it was supposed to do, because maybe the person, the client, is not full in alignment with it. So if it doesn't totally release, maybe there's something sitting in the Akashic records that's maybe stopping it from totally releasing. And I did find that out myself. I'm doing it now for quite a few years. So then sometimes, if you get more used to the tools, I couldn't go back that far when I'm doing this, but now I can go back, okay, why is this not releasing this? So when did it happen? Why did it happen? And can you go back to that timeline and do a scan and transmute it? And it's always in alignment with the person's soul agreement and why they came, right? So we have different lessons. Like, we have a lot of lessons, right? So it's kind of a little bit of a process like that. And most of the ones, all the ones that are using them, they just love them. They work very easily, and I don't clean them. They're made with the new energies. They don't need cleansing. They don't have to worry about getting into that, how it claims I need to do this, I need to do that. I never did it. The light language and how I charge them up. We talk about the energy that's inside them, that you see. Well, when I use the light language, it actually changes the molecular structure of the copper too. So it puts copper in that pristine state too. So it's been quite a story since I started doing this. I had lots of learning.
And I love that you follow the heart and you follow the inner guidance, which is pure to you. It's pure information. It's high frequency information. from the guides in the invisible realm. And when it encompasses the sacred geometry, it's beautiful because the sacred geometry allows the energy to flow in those patterns, and that's very sacred. So it's beautiful that you have these tools, and only can we wait for science to catch up with this. Someday, hopefully, it will. So we'll sit tight until we hear from that, but it will be confirmed more and more, especially with the stories that are coming in from the people who are using these tools.
Yeah, and I found late the last year or two, it's been kind of switching. It's getting more and more advanced all the time for me. Sometimes so the guides will get me to go into the double helix strand of the DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And ask for, say, someone's physical body's off, and see themselves connected to that. Okay, where's the person's body vibrating at? So, say it's at 22 or 38, then you ask, okay, where is it supposed to be? Most times it's up around 70 or 80, right? So we just use 73. So then what happens there? Base is so low, the double helix is loose, too loose. So you just ask for where it's supposed to be, and with conscious intent, you see it getting tighter, tighter, tighter until it hits that 73 mark. And when you ask the client how you feel great. So I am starting to do quite a bit of that. I mean, that's getting really, took me quite a few years to get to where I was, to where I am now. Right? That's a really good tool to do that. You can go into the mental body, spiritual body, emotional body, and there's a lot of healers probably listening to this.
Yeah.
Tap into the DNA, and ask where it's at and where you're supposed to be. All you do is ask, and just see it tighten and loosen. Some people are kind of a little bit emotional, kind of a little bit off because their own personal lives, they have stuff going on. Well, that is too tight. So it's probably up around like an 83 or 87. It's supposed to be around like a 65, 67 usually. So then you visualize it loosening. Same thing as you want to untangle a rope, just go like that. All you do is just open it and happen that easy. That was quite a lesson there on that one. It's a really good tool.
It's an awesome tool. And so it makes me question about DNA activation. Can you share on that?
If you go into like a lot of these here, you go into the matrix, go into the DNA. So now we're getting into the templates. We go into the DNA, so there's different structures within inside of our body. And the more I do this, the more I'm seeing more of it. So you have a DNA for this, for your lungs, your kidneys. So that is different templates. So activation for that's done through your DNA. And this last 2-3 weeks, I've been really trying that to come down to my awareness to say if someone's liver's out. So hook into the DNA again onto your double helix, find out where the liver is vibrating at. Right? So you tune it in, and it's supposed to get it too tight or too loose. And then when you're done with it, then it gets activated through DNA. So the whole template was all messed up. It's almost like someone's house was damaged, water damaged, everything all over the place. So when you bring that back into a pristine state, all of the structure all goes back in place, and it looks all beautiful. So it gets pretty complicated.
So to keep it simple, it is scalar energy, which is source,
Yes, it is.
beautiful,
Yeah.
pristine source energy coming in through the conduit of the copper, using it in the etheric body, the physical body, the spiritual body, the emotional body, and as healers, using the intuition as the guide and allowing the beings of light to guard each of these tools to actually work through us. Again, I want to reiterate that there's nothing that can be done wrong here. Can you speak a little bit more to that?
The guides who were with this, and plus the petitioners too, who are going to be using it, will not go against the person's will. And if the person's not in alignment and they don't want to do it, and for whatever reason, they will not go against their will. The beings of light and love, and it just don't happen. You don't have to worry about doing anything wrong. Did I do this too much, whatever? No. And if you kind of have a feeling sometimes that you did, well, there is codes that'll bypass it. So you don't have to worry about any of that.
Okay.
That's the one thing I was asked that quite a few times, and I never had anybody experience that yet.
Yes. Okay. Beautiful. What about a healer's intention? You know, with sound healing, intention is everything. The intention is carried on the sound. How does intention play here, if at all?
The energy needs to come down the person's feel,
Okay.
and with conscious intent to go in and to have pure intent to go in and needs to be transmuted what needs to be transmuted, right? And sometimes we have our own stuff going on, or I think we're some kind of limited because of our own beliefs, so the energy doesn't come down through the body, right? Because our own. So sometimes what I do, this is really good for me. I read about it in what book was it? I can't remember now. But anyway, if I feel some kind of resistance in myself, and I don't know why, I asked it to bypass my belief system, so the source energies will come right in past me. It'll bypass it. So if I have a little limitation, something going on, I say, guys, okay, see past my limitations. And because I gave them permission to do that, go in, pure source energy, whatever going on to find. And that's easy. Yeah. But that's how I do it. So
I love that. That's very helpful. Asking to bypass even our own limitations. Yes, to really get out of the way here, to really be that conduit. And most healers practicing this work know how to do that, right? So it is
that's right.
intuitive.
That's right. Yeah, I think it's I think it's important. I don't feel that much in why I'm such a high vibration when I first started. And because you're doing a session and everything, and all of a sudden you're drifting off or thinking about something else. And I was like, okay, guys, you need to keep passing limitations. And instantly you probably feel the energy switch. Got there quick. All right? So it's really cool.
Really interesting. I know you've got some interesting stories, so that's wonderful. Well, okay, so people can work with you in a couple of ways. They can purchase the tools and use them on their own, or as a healing practitioner, add them to your, your whole repertoire of what you do as a healer. But then they can also get remote sessions with you, either one or four.
Okay, yeah.
And that's beautiful. Yeah. So again, that is available on acoustichealth.com/special offers/Larry. And we invite everyone to check that out. Really quite remarkable, these tools, Larry. I want to commend you for just being bold and bringing this into your life, because I know that wasn't so easy at the time. Here you were, right, in a construction yard, right? Something like that in the 3D world. And this is the newness of New Earth. These are New Earth products that you have brought forward.
Yeah, the construction world is it's a different world, and they just like this here. But now the guys who I worked with, right? But they thought I had toys in the attic, right?
Yeah.
But now most of the guys I work with, when they come around when I'm working, well, can you fix this? Can you have a look at this? They're totally open to it, and they love it. But it was quite a process. Like, I didn't know how they were going to react, right?
Yeah, right. Or they're going to roll their eyes, or they're going to just look at you sideways. And what I find more and more in these past few years, and it's accelerated even recently, it continues to accelerate, is that more and more people are open to it. maybe they may not believe it exactly, but they're open to it much more
That's right.
than in the past. And that is
Way more.
comforting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was quite a lesson then to let my family members know, and I was doing this, and the hardest one was telling my father, and
I remember,
it was
yes.
just like, oh, right. So anyway, I got it to him, and he was kind of really, really reluctant, and he passed about a year and a half ago, and before he passed, I remember having a conversation about this. Medicine he was getting because he had cancer and everything, like he was really sick, right? And he said, Larry, he said, what's that queer thing you do? I said, well, I just kind of work in the body, move energy around and stuff. Well, nothing else is so working, so maybe we'll do your stuff. Anyway, my sister was there. She's a nurse. That's a personal story. His legs were all, he had congested heart failure then, so his legs were starting to get all swelling and everything. So I started doing energy work on his legs, and you can see his legs going back almost to the normal size. Like,
Beautiful.
my sister was watching this. She was just like she couldn't believe it. So put it back to normal size, and then that was only a few months later, after the first session that he ended up passing. But anytime I went to see him for a visit, Larry, you need to do this stuff again. Whatever you do. So it was really good, right? So it really helped. It took the swelling down, took the pain away, right? Helped him. But it only lasted for a few hours, right? And flare up again, right? But
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And so my condolences for you on his passing. And I would love to ask if he's communicated with you. Have you had any dreams about him? Has he sent you a message? Does he get it now?
no, he doesn't. I know. I did connect with him there when he passed. He had a difficult life. Okay, I'm not going to get into details, but he needed a little bit of assistance. So right now, I know he's on the other side of the veil, going to these temples, learning what his life's lessons in healing. Right. So I know he's there. So he is learning about his lessons, right? And does he? He doesn't show up a whole lot, and I kind of used to it now, right? So I don't worry about it. I don't try to tap into it. He'll show up when he needs to.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have time for a couple of questions over our chat line.
Okay.
So I invite our community to chat it in over the Q&A box. There's a couple coming in here, and let us know if you can help these people here, Larry. Maria, she says, what are my blockages and beliefs around abundance and prosperity beliefs? Assistance to in more higher frequencies to balance, stabilize, and ground with my high self as a shamanic healer and my past lives in the Isis temple in Egypt as a healer. All right, anything to say here for Maria?
Yeah. Well, back 2 lifetimes ago, just as you were saying there, picking up blocks, there was kind of like, I'm getting this, there was a famine or something happened. There wasn't a whole lot of money. There was quite a bit of struggling, so kind of took that into this timeline. And also there, going right back to the Egypt, which I was there myself. I remember working in the pyramids. I'm starting to remember all the stuff. There was shadow, okay? And I'm going to go and do a clearing on this right now. I'm going to do a little bit of light language. So I'll go into the prosperity, go into the clearing arrangements in Egypt when there was shadow around. And I'll do this right now. He said, "I'm going to push in and push in and keep it done. Maybe push in the man that he's Nashida Moti in Natakan, Anakushilande, Anakasini. Maria, if you like to witness, if you put your hand out front about 2 feet, your hand's going to feel really, really gooky and sticky and cold. I just want you to witness the sterilization. Ashino Kushini, Atakana Shinamo, Achini Kutin, the Mochi, Otomo, Ochini, Tutini, Achini, Kitanoi, Tanane, Ane, Mochini, Oshina Kachini, Achi, Mokusanamaki, Nakashini, Ekatina Kunan, Oshinami, Oshinami for there's done. So now I'll switch in Egypt. Oh yeah, okay, one sec. I said in the Koshinamokuna. There were beings around. I just couldn't clear them away. Due to this being's interference, there was stuff stuck in the spine because there's all been pulled out of the spine right now. That's all going right up to the neck, all the way through. The other one, all the way down to the bottom. Okay, at the bottom of the spine, Joshua David Stone, he talked about this. There's eons ago when we were messed with by ETs, there's like a little controlling device that's on the bottom of your spine that there's being burnt off right now as we speak. It's like a little transmitter. It's a receiver. This here is being pulled away. And when this gets pulled away, you're going to feel energy shooting up and down your spine. It all lights up when this gets completely burned away. Just one thing. So it's just about done. There, son. So I see all white and blue and green going right up the spine. When this happens the same way with everyone when I do this clearing. Wait, eons ago. Okay, so there was some kind of witchcraft thing going on too. Wasn't enough to light. So I'm going to get the beings of light to go in and transmute this. There's a lot of telepathic communication interference with this at that point in time. It's just 700,000 years ago, I guess. So I'm going to go in and get them and transmute that energy. It's just about done. The interference with telepathic communication due to these beings, shadow beings, they were messing with it quite a little bit, and that's just about that. One sec. They're finishing clearing up the stuff. They did a massive clearing first, but there's other stuff, debris in the field that they're just cleaning up. Okay, so that's done. Can I do one more, or do we have time to do something else?
Yes, because I want to say anybody who's feeling this around abundance and all of it, prosperity, this helps us. It relates to us too. And what you're doing is assisting our energy too.
Yeah, okay.
So go ahead.
So on the other side of the veil, there's psychic temples. Where we're learning about the psychic palette, the communication, telepathy, and all this. So within that temple, there was miscommunication. I'm going to get the beings of light and love to go in and transmute that. It was a classroom. Everyone there was affected by it, including the teacher. So I'm going to need to get them to go in and transmute that. it's not only that, because sometimes when we come in from the other side of the veil, then we come in with this stuff, right? So, and then it kind of does a lot of interference and stuff that we want to do. Should we do this, do that? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this stuff right? And meanwhile, you have these kind of like threads going out into the field and stuff. So it's communicating back and forth, right? So I'm going to finish clearing that. They show me when I'm done, they show us everything's going white. And then I know it's clear. Okay, that's done. Also, what they're doing right now, I'm picking up the Arcturians. They use tornado, you see on TV. I see this going into her field right now, so it's clearing any other stuff that she no longer needs. So it's throwing everything out. It's starting from here down, and when it keeps going down, the whole body will light up until it goes right at the bottom. So, yeah. So we're just going to let the finish going. We can move on to another question you want. I'm going to hold it constant if you want. That usually takes a few minutes for that to happen.
Okay. And I know that when we sit and we allow it, when we simply allow it, we can feel this. It's very subtle. For some, it might not be so subtle, but we can definitely feel it.
Yeah, in a tornado, if anybody's feeling this, and I know there is, sometimes you're in the chair, you're going to be doing this, right? Don't be worried about it, because that's what's going on. If you feel kind of wonky, yeah, oh yeah, you can feel it.
Yes, okay. Interesting. Sometimes just in meditation, I feel like spiraling, and those are beings that are working on us. Something's happening there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so two more that we have time for, and this is coming up a couple of times. So on our YouTube chat, we have a couple of requests here. Okay, this one is for anyone with neck issues or shoulder pain or behind the neck or anywhere in this upper area. Please clear this. So Amber has even had upper neck pain with headaches and nausea. And Eve says a blockage behind the neck. So tune into that, Larry.
Okay. There's all kinds of blocks just going up through here. So I'm picking up all kinds of stuff. So I would ask Eve and what's the other girl's name was?
Amber.
Eve and who?
Amber.
Hey, even if Amber and Eve could say it aloud, I am in this time of space, allow this healing. You have to say it aloud. The ears hears it, conscious mind, right? So if they can say those aloud.
I am ready for healing. Yes.
Yeah. There it goes. I can feel a shift already. So I'm going to these two back here. I'm mentally going to do all this stuff. Okay. Do you want me to kind of explain there what's going on while I'm doing this?
Yes, sure.
Okay. It's almost like see the muscles all starting to light up. When I first tapped in, it wasn't lit up. It was all like dull and gray. It was almost like I saw the muscle tissue light up. It was almost like massaging on each side of the spine. Okay. And some are feeling energy shooting out through the shoulders. It's shooting down to the back. So I'm just going to hold my hand towards the back. There was an entity stuck in the back chakra here. And I'm pulling all these black strings. Mm-hmm. In between the spine and the throat, away and deep. Um, just one sec. What's it, Steve? Doesn't matter. This was taken from the Father energy. This is where the energy is being held. Okay, so I'm going to go in and get them to get my guides to clear this, and also the connection to Father Light Figure. And they're also working on the Father Light Figure right now because the connections are. That's clear enough. And there's a channel from her to him. This channel is now being cleared up towards the male figure. Okay, so it's over there. Just one sec. Oh, cool. I see rainbow colors being dumped down into the crown. Going all the way down through. Feel all through the face, all the way down through. And it's all going right down through to the back and everything. And they're going to feel this. And they are in alignment for it. Just one sec. What's wrong? There was another shadow that was attached, and I just removed it. Yeah, so we won't do any more there.
Wow. All right.
That was a little powerful.
Yeah, and so that was just a minute or two of the work that you do intuitively and psychically with each of your clients. So thank you for that. And again, I want to direct our people to check out acoustichealth.com, special offers /Larry, and you will find Larry's special offer there. Get a personal session or find out how you can use these tools in your own life or in the life of your clients. Beautiful. Well, here's a popular one. We've actually been talking about this as well recently. And so let's talk about weight, or those who have weight issues, whether it's too much weight or too little weight, and how we can move through this. What is it that, people do the right diet, they get enough exercise, and yet it's still an issue and a struggle. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, there'd be a few things going on about that. So sometimes if you have just the urge to go grab a bag of chips or a chocolate bar, just right out of the blue, you're doing this or that, or stop and get an ice cream or a fast food store. Okay, so something, beings of word, beings of light and love, that's how we come in. Something stepped into your field.
Oh.
You didn't want it before, so something stepped into your field to hear. You need to talk about it. So immediately what you want to do, call on Archangel Michael or Metatron, whoever who you talk to. Okay, guys, I really feel need to have a talk about it. Can you scan what just jumped into my field and transmit it? And if you do it right away, it usually gets rid of the craving. Or something stepped into your field, because that stuff isn't good for you, right? Something stepped in your field.
Interesting. All right. So again, it's supreme awareness and attention to that, not to be unconscious when you have those cravings, but to ask, okay, yes, that's good.
And then you just connect with higher self. Like, do I have an issue kind of going on in the past lifetime with a weight issue, whatever? And then I've just been starting to do this too. So then I connect into the double helix and say, where's my fat content in my body? Where's it at?
Oh.
So you just pick a number and say, where's it supposed to be at? And then this one, you're going to need to work at it. So if you're kind of like a little bit overweight, say just throwing out a number, saying 82, should be like 49. Well, then you just kind of go conscious intent. Okay, my fat content is now down to 42, and my body is in this pristine state now. So you really talk to your body. Say this aloud. My body's now at 82, it's down to 42, and it's now in this pristine state. Let me go. So this is you kind of you speak to your body, you hear the words, and kind of starts working with you. Start working with your innate, and just start happening. And it's super powerful. One thing that just popped, they're just coming in now saying, sometimes we're in grocery stores or we're in traffic and we have all this stuff going on. One of the really good tools is to keep us focused and keep us balanced is that if we were, say, in our mind's eye, especially if we're in public, if you say Jesus now, you keep saying that and focus on your body, then many Jews who are around you, they'll push you out of your body. And if you're really sensitive enough to it, you'll actually feel your body vibrating. And it'll push the energies out because they can't stay with Joshua's energy. That's really cool. That just came out through. So to be out there for someone who's listening.
Very good. All right. Again, this supreme communication with ourselves and commanding this.
Yes, that's right. Command.
Yes, commanding it. Okay. All right. I know we're going to be experimenting with that and working with that. So thank you. Okay. All right. Well, our listeners, thank you. If you yourself have a question for Larry, we encourage you to check out his special offer. It's quite affordable. And again, it comes with a tool with your session, and that tool continues to work with you even after your session. I would say even before the session, right?
Yes, if you're tuning in this before, you're already tuned into it. So your higher self is kind of like tapping you on the shoulder, like you might want to listen to this, right? Got to be something in there for everyone. Who touched on the water base. He brought this to first, and I'm bringing it up again. The water's become very important, so we kind of do a blessing on the thing and charge the water up. When you charge the water up with conscious intent, when you drink the water, your cells will remember it and push that stuff out of your body. Very powerful. So I do that.
Yes, that's a beautiful reminder. I know I was just chatting with someone today over email and talking about how we can do this for our pets. We can charge water for our pets and for ourselves. Absolutely. And I know that many are already doing that, but it is very powerful. I myself have a story of a dog who was given a diagnosis of bone cancer. And then I was hiking on a trail and it came to me very loud and clear, charge the water. And so I charged the water. I put, I love you, thank you, and perfect health facing inside to the water jug. And then, about 9 months later, our dog had to have knee surgery, ACL surgery. And the doctors were like, this dog does not have cancer. So it's just amazing. It really is amazing. It's beautiful.
When you, Dr. Mokto, he talks about that. So
yes,
when you do that with conscious intent, source energy, you change the molecular structure of the water cell opens up, lets source energy into it, then you drink it. It goes to the body. So you're drinking the water, the source energy. The water source energy in it. And you charge up. And when I do it, I just thing along, just start shaking maybe a little bit.
Zappy water. It'll zap you. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, beautiful. I'm going to put up your slide here for a special offer. And it's right here on the bottom of the screen for those who are viewing, or it's on this webpage, acoustichealth.com. And we thank you so much for giving us this, Larry. It's quite beautiful and it is very helpful to so many. I want to share as we wrap up here that both Eve and Amber commented that the little mini session you did was very powerful.
Yeah.
And you were so right with your intuition. Amber says that she's been healing the inner child and shadow work around abuse that she suffered as a child
That's
by her father.
There you go.
And you totally nailed that. And so she says, I'm grateful to you. I feel warm now and the pain is released. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes.
Most welcome.
And Willow says that she is commanding and she releases all attachments on all dimensions across all of space and time that are preventing me from reaching my highest potential reality. Well, that is perfect and beautiful. And we are feeling empowered. So, Larry, thank you so much for being here. I just want to give you a quick moment as we say goodbye to say goodbye.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for taking their time for listening to us on my stories, and hopefully that it would encourage them to find their own modalities, what it is to move forward. Mine was kind of really different, and keep moving forward there because we do come here with our gifts, and that's our self-tap us on the shoulder, like, to kind of step into it. So thank you for everybody and for listening to me, and thank you, Lauren, for having me back, asking for a little bit. I'm back.
Larry, so powerful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, personal sessions with you go even deeper. And so those who feel the call to work with Larry, it's available. And we thank you for that very special offer, Larry. So thank you. Eve reports that she feels the neck feels very good. And Annie says there was nothing mini about that session.
Well, when you say verbally, when you command like that, vocally, it's super powerful. Yeah, I love doing fun.
Super powerful. So happy creating, everyone, and thank you all for joining us. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Larry, thank you. Bye-bye. And now it is time to dance our way to the cosmic heart. Here is Glen Canyon as we dance our way. Love you. for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.